Daylight, my MVVs, welcome. Ooni of Ife is alleged to have, fired the chief security officer that is in charge of the royal mansion where Queen Naomi lives in Wuse. We have heard a lot about the royal mansion. Talking about the royal mansion right now is not a breaking news because the royal mansion has been all over the place. Queen Naomi is said to have accepted that from the Ooni of Ife after she was given so much pressure to move back into her matrimonial home. And because she insisted that she wasn't going to move into the palace of the Ooni of Ife, Ooni of Ife gave her an option to move into the royal mansion, which was said to have been renovated and brought to, a remarkably beautiful state at the time. And they said she accepted that offer and moved in there. Now, since she moved into that royal mansion, we've had a lot of stories about Oloris going there back and forth, wanting to take that royal mansion from her. We've had stories of how letters of trade were sent to her concerning the royal mansion, asking her to leave the royal mansion. Now, from what we heard, the royal mansion is mounted by a very serious security guard with a chief security officer that had been so well trained for the mission. And they said that it's very difficult to gain access into the royal mansion. From what we are hearing, they said the place is so touched, and the walkway between the gate and the royal mansion itself is like 3 to 4 poles. And it's a lot. Of course, they say the property is worth close to R1 billion that the Ooni of Ife handed over to Queen Naomi. And we have heard so many things about the royal mansion, but only recently Queen Naomi had threatened allegedly to leave the royal mansion, that she was tired of everything after the back and forth movement with the elders not wanting her to return back into the palace, insisting that she had insulted their monarch, that they do not need her in Ile-Ife and all that, even though we have also heard that Ooni of Ife has made so much effort to try and bring Queen Naomi back into the royal mansion. We've had that back and forth movement with his struggles and all of that. So, right now, as events have been going, Queen Naomi is alleged to be very, very exhausted, that she wants to move on with her life. If Kabiyesi is not going to show her a place in his life, that Kabiyesi should announce a divorce publicly so that she will go ahead, get married, and start up a life again. And this is the information we got. And so, right now, with what the latest that we are getting with all the back and forth movement is that the custodian of Odua sacred forest in somewhere around Osun State there had visited the palace, where he revealed a lot of things to the Ooni of Ife. One of such, which happens to be allegedly that there is a pot that has been planted in the royal mansion to, force Queen Naomi out of the mansion again. Now, you do know that there's been this alleged information making rounds on social media that she was forced out of the royal palace in Ile-Ife, that she was diabolically thrown out of that place, that her, decision to go and divorce her husband on social media was not something that was premeditated. It wasn't something that she had wanted to, that it was something that was forced upon her spiritually. And that was not even what they wanted her to do. They wanted her to do more so that she will be rebuked and so that she will be completely extracized from the land of Ile-Ife and by the Yoruba people. And as God will have it, the most she could do after this influence, they say she just ended up on social media. Now, from what we are hearing, allegedly, they say the custodian of the sacred forest of Odua has come out again, yet again. We've been hearing tons of thousands of prophecies, and they are seeing a whole lot of stuff, that they have come out to say the same thing that they did to push her to go on Instagram to go and post that, baptism to the monarch, is the same thing they are trying to do now. And that right now they want to force her out of the life of the Ooni of Ife forever. They are trying to push her out and all of that. back and forth. Fast forward to where we are right now. They said the man had stated that they planted a sacred pot in the a royal mansion. They said when that was said, Oni was very, very shocked that Oni had to send men to the royal mansion to go and see how they can dig out the pot. And they said they sent some firemen and all of that allegedly. I've told you I do not live in the palace of the Ooni of Ife. I'm not related to any of those people. I'm just a blogger. When I get any information, I bring it here for my viewers. Okay, so it's important to understand that these are all alleged information. It's not a first-hand information. I always let you know that. Okay. And so right now they say that they have gone to dig out the pot, and indeed they actually saw a pot that was planted there, and there were two pots, a small one and a big one. Inside the small one contained a paper that had been laminated, that they used pen and paper to write the name of Ooni of Ife and Queen Naomi, laminated it, buried it inside the small pot. That now they buried the small pot inside the big pot with sand, okay, before they put it on the ground. Now they said it's been dug out, and they took it to the sacred forest of Udua to go and give to the custodian and all of that. And upon that, throughout the period that this thing was revealed to the Ooni of Ife, it was almost as if the monarch did not believe it, because of the security measure that he put in place in the royal mansion. And he had thought that there is no way anybody will have access into the royal mansion. But as this has been revealed, it is said that he has decided, he has gone to fire the chief security officer of the royal mansion, that he has got to know something. Whether they said the man is saying he knows absolutely nothing. But one thing people need to understand is that if you are a security to an organization, a place, a home, or something, you need to understand that if anything goes wrong there, be whole responsible. So you need to do whatever it is that you need to do to ensure that you take care of the people who are under you, who are working under you, knowing that if anything goes wrong, there's nobody who's going to sweep it under the carpet to hold you completely responsible. So this man has been fired. But a lot of people are saying this is not even enough, because who knows who and who is working? Because if he fired the chief security officer, how about his subordinates, others there? It's even possible that they know something that the chief security officer doesn't know. But then again, that is the problem with, management. That is the problem with, being at the helm of affairs. If your subordinate does anything wrong, you will be held responsible, because that is why you are there. You're supposed to know exactly what is happening with that institution. And they said it's not easy. And right now, they said that he is making arrangement to arrest order. That the reason why the chief security officer was not arrested before being fired was because of certain things that the Ooni of Ife had considered. That he is making arrangement to arrest others. And they said he has made mention of the fact that everybody there is going to go. Like, everybody is going to go, because come to think about it, how is it possible that somebody entered the royal mansion, planted stuff without you guys knowing? There is no way they will not know. Somebody must have paid them off and all of that. And when it comes to some of these traditional things, you do know that they will not just give it to the security guards or somebody to go and plan. They must have allowed somebody in there deliberately. But the first person that this has affected, from what we are hearing, happens to be the chief security. He's been the first person to take the fall, and they said that he has been fired. That the Ooni of Ife is very, very upset that Ooni of Ife is making plans to arrest others and make them talk. They need to say who gave them whatever and how that thing was planted there. But a lot of people are saying, why should he fire the chief security? That if he was going to arrest, he should have arrested everybody. And so let them begin to speak. But my question is that for everything that has been talked about, what has been done? The thing is that now, Kabiyesi is not going to make decision that will also drag him down. If anybody who is close to Kabiyesi or married to Kabiyesi is responsible for some of these things, you don't expect him to blow it out of proportion. They have to find a way to always deal with these issues. And this is the reason why it's going on and on and on again. Right now, they say that is it, that the chief security officer has been fired over this, because there is nothing they will not do to try and undo Queen Naomi, and they said the Ooni of Ife is very, very devastated over what is going on. I'm going to bring you more update. I appreciate you so much. Thank you.